you could still have done a good job fighting Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
Yeah? Really? How do you feel about him retiring after that win?
Come back. Come back.
So you would fight him? You would still fight Terence Crawford
Fight him
if he
at
came
160.
back? At 160?
Yeah, I'll go up 20 if you go up 20.
Are you just saying that for shock value, or do you mean it? I'm just saying 160.
No, sometimes you be saying stuff.
Yeah,
Come on now, come on. That's a valid question.
The bananas and the monkey was me just saying stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
All right, so but you were
when it comes to this thing, no, I mean it.
You won't make a punish for them comments, right?
We're gonna make a statement.
That's it. That's it.
Two gunslingers.
Good gunslingers. Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. We're shooting up the place.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
It's the good and the bad right now.
All right. We stay prayed up, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. God first.
We just gonna whoop ass.
Man, I perform. You know that. I told y'all what I was gonna do. I was gonna come out here and beat his every game. And look, he's thinking about saying, let's play again.
I am.
I told
Yeah, one more game.
I told you. No, hey, I'm just saying, I ain't got time. He gotta work out. I ain't got time to be playing him all day.
Crawford transformed Shakur into a lethal weapon, and now he's issuing a stark warning that Teofimo Lopez is walking straight into a beatdown. The mentor's confidence is absolute as he watches his protege prepare for war.
Bring them goddamn bananas. Bring them bananas, man, and throw them a couple bananas after the win victory. Shakur Stevenson, hell yeah, go Donkey Kong on this. Hell yeah, man. Hey, I'm telling y'all right now, there's only a few guys I get excited when they get ready to fight.
The media gathering exploded with tension when Teofimo Lopez deployed his signature psychological warfare, targeting both Shakur Stevenson and his legendary coach, Terence Crawford, with relentless verbal attacks.
I'll bet you something.
Oh, I want to bet whatever.
Lopez dismissively brushed off any concerns with his typical bravado, showing no fear of the impending confrontation that awaits him in the ring.
I bet that you can't.
No, say it, say it, say it, say it.
I bet that your mouth can't fit.
Say what you bet.
I would smack out of you. I smack out of you. What you just say? Hey.
You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth. You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth. It's gonna feel like a foot in your mouth.
Come on, man. You know
Hey,
that, man.
hey, to all y'all, when do you, hey, when does everybody consider leaving?
I would smack this
in your mouth.
Hey, I would smack the out of you.
This animosity runs deep between these camps. Lopez has maintained a bitter rivalry with Crawford for years, and when pressed about his inflammatory comments, Crawford made his position crystal clear. While Lopez possesses undeniable talent, Shakur has transformed under his tutelage into a devastating force, primed to deliver retribution for every disrespectful word.
Believe that Teofimo Lopez is trash?
No, not at all. Not at all. Teofimo is a good fighter. You know, he's very talented. He's very athletic. You know, he's always rose to the occasion in these big moments like this. But Shakur is just on a whole nother level. And this Saturday, he's going to prove it.
Although Teofimo Lopez has earned recognition for his victories over southpaw opponents, Shakur Stevenson has forged his legacy by dismantling orthodox fighters with surgical precision. The stakes escalated dramatically when Terence Crawford delivered his assessment, declaring that Shakur operates on a completely different level than anyone in his generation. Crawford dismisses Lopez as just another opponent, forecasting that the bout will represent another effortless victory for Stevenson, with his strategic guidance systematically dismantling Lopez's game plan.
Well, it's a little bit of both. You know, Teofimo has done real well against southpaws. but Shakur have done real well against orthodox fighters. Shakur is not the average southpaw that Teofimo has been fighting, you know, so that's why I say Shakur is levels above those fighters that he's been fighting lately.
And that's the reason he's a favorite coming into this fight.
But obviously, like, you fought at the highest level of the sport, right? You just defeated Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 plus, and you've been a big mentor to Shakur Stevenson. I give you a lot of credit for that. What advice have you given him as he goes into the biggest fight of his career?
Oh man, just be yourself. You know, hey, this is another day in the office, another walk in the park. You know, there's no reason to put a lot of pressure on yourself because you know what you're capable of. With the self-belief in yourself, you can do whatever you want in there, and that's what he's gonna do come Saturday.
Shakur Stevenson displayed intense fury during his confrontation with Teofimo Lopez, and when the verbal warfare intensified, emotions reached a boiling point. Stevenson isn't merely responding to promotional theatrics. He's laser-focused on payback for every slight Lopez has delivered over time. More motivated and enraged than ever before, Shakur promised to shatter Teofimo in combat, guaranteeing that he will extract payment for every disrespectful comment and tactical error.
Everything I love. Yeah. You hear about the money, I should like it.
The relentless verbal warfare and continuous provocations haven't escaped the attention of Shakur Stevenson's inner circle either. Terence Crawford has delivered an unambiguous message that Teofimo Lopez is stepping into severe peril, cautioning that Stevenson will unleash unprecedented fury upon him. Crawford maintains that Shakur won't merely counter the trash talk, he'll inflict far worse punishment on Lopez. His warning is direct. Teofimo must prepare for complete exposure because devastating consequences await him between the ropes.
Johnny boy, fight height. You ready, man? It's showtime, right?
Yeah, right.
You gonna make a punish for them comments, right?
We're gonna make a statement.
That's it. That's it.
Two gunslingers.
Good gunslingers? Wild Wild West?
Wild Wild West. We're shooting up the place.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
It's the good and the bad right now.
All right. We stay prayed up, all right? Absolutely. God first.
We just gonna whoop ass. You know what I mean? You just whoop ass. It can go all kinds of ways.
Absolutely.
Long punishment, short punishment, it's all about you just whoop ass.
Exactly.
All right.
Should call the face of boxing after this? Absolutely, absolutely.
Conversely, none of this intimidation appears to rattle Teofimo Lopez in the slightest. Renowned for his audacious statements, he maintains he can still defeat Terence Crawford, describing it as one of his ultimate aspirations, while declaring his intention to handle Shakur Stevenson first. Lopez escalates further by daring Crawford to abandon retirement, asserting that the punishment rhetoric won't prevent him from conquering Stevenson and eventually confronting Crawford directly.
Possibly fighting Terence Crawford, but then Terence Crawford goes and fights Canelo and beats Canelo. Do you look back and say, "Dag, that's the guy I wanted to fight, that killer"?
No.
Or you like, you could still have done a good job fighting Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really? How do you feel about him retiring after that win?
Come back. Come back.
So you would fight him? You would fight still? You would still fight Terence Crawford?
Fight him
if he
at
came
160.
Back? At 160?
Yeah, I'll go up 20. If you could go up 20.
Are you just saying that for shock value, or do you mean it? I'm just saying 160.
No, sometimes you be saying stuff.
Yeah,
Come on now. Come on. That's a valid question.
The bananas and the monkeys and that was me just saying stuff.
God.
While tensions reach fever pitch, Shakur Stevenson and his camp, led by Terence Crawford, maintain that severe consequences await Teofimo Lopez, with Stevenson prepared to extract payment for every provocative statement. Meanwhile, Andre Ward advises Shakur against falling victim to Teofimo's psychological manipulation, labeling them strategic diversions. Ward outlines a victory strategy, while Froch supports this approach, emphasizing Stevenson's technical ability, discipline, and strategic superiority as factors positioning him for triumph.
and your game plan is, what Shakur I think is going to be boxing, but also knowing when to slip inside and get some respect on the inside as well. Shakur has to do that early, and he can't. And when Teo starts to clown, he can't clown with Teo.
No,
he's got to stay. He's got to be business the whole way through. And I think if Shakur does that, this is the fight Shakur is supposed to win. This is a fight he's supposed to win. But
that's how I feel. I feel like it's a fight that he should be winning.
This is the fight that he's supposed to win.
Because he's unbeaten.
Yeah.
It was in a tough one in the last fight, though.
Yeah.
It was in a tough fight, and he showed
he fought in a way nobody thought he was going to fight. I didn't think he was going to fight like that. Like, I talked to Shakur maybe, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours before the fight. Hey, man, this is you got to box. You got to be smart. Okay. Then I turned it on. He's fighting.
Addressing Teofimo's methods and the continuous verbal exchanges, Carl Froch anticipates the hatred between these competitors will explode and become unmistakable on fight night. He acknowledges his analytical mind favors Shakur, while his emotional side appreciates Teofimo's theatrical flair as integral to the spectacle. Meanwhile, Andre Ward maintains unwavering confidence in Stevenson's victory, though he cautions it won't come easily, stressing that triumph will arrive via decision rather than knockout.
I think it's both.
Because my head says Shakur, but my heart, because I like Teo, because I've never met Shakur, and I've got nothing against him. But you know, when you've got a bit of a close personal friendship with someone.
It affects it, yeah, for sure.
And Teo's, I think he's a cool guy, he's funny. Yeah, I rate him as well as a fighter. What he did to Josh Taylor, and I know they reckon he passed his best Lomachenko. He's still beating him. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he has.
If you take Shakur being family out of it, still picking Shakur.
Still picking it?
Yeah. Still picking Shakur.
Points?
Yeah, probably points.
Yeah.
Probably points. You know, because Teo's also not a dude that sits around and just takes a lot of punches either.
Yeah, true.
He moves. He's got defense and skills, so he's not easy to hit either.
Despite Teofimo's skill set, many observers believe that if anyone can achieve the impossible upset, it's Lopez himself, while Shakur Stevenson maintains his perfect record amid growing criticism about his fighting approach. Connor Ben, offering his perspective, argues that Teofimo shouldn't be dismissed lightly. He emphasizes Lopez's distinctive style while analyzing the heated confrontations, from Shakur's accusations about Teofimo's father to his promises of brutal punishment, suggesting all this drama could actually benefit Teofimo strategically.
On Saturday night. I hope Teo does it, but I think Shakur will win. But I hope Teo does it, and I think Teo can. If anyone can do it, it'd be Teo.
Why would it be Teo?
Because he's explosive, he's unorthodox, he's tricky, and he's a savage.
What do you think about Shakur talking about Teofimo's dad, that he was on drugs and that he was drunk? What do you think about all that?
He was just having a good time. Let the man live. let him live, bro.
Although Shakur Stevenson enters as the overwhelming favorite thanks to his technical mastery, Duke McKenzie has issued a sobering alert. He contends that regardless of Stevenson's precision or tactical approach, his methodology could ultimately backfire, providing him minimal opportunity to defeat Teofimo Lopez. McKenzie emphasizes that Lopez already possesses the winning formula, having conquered world-class Southpaw Lomachenko previously. He argues that Stevenson simply cannot outclass the fearless, aggressive approach that Teofimo delivers consistently.
And rightly so. Shakur Stevenson might start this fight an odds-on favourite because he's Shakur Stevenson, you know, the next Pernell Whitaker, the southpaw, the slick southpaw. But I've studied him, and you know what he does really badly, just in my opinion.
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson, he likes to sit in the pocket, right, and he goes back to the rope, sticks his hands up, and he tries to pot shot and do the shoulder roll and waits for you and throws an uppercut or a straight left. You can't do that with Lopez. You can't back off on him. That's my point I'm trying to say.
Lopez is trying to talk him into a tear-up. I think he's saying how he's acting before he needs a tear-up.
Yeah, and Lopez has already laid, the blueprint's been laid because he beat the great Lomachenko, another great southpaw. He's beating him, so he goes into this fight absolutely fearless.
And he's
fearless.
Key factor as well.
The weight class transition might benefit a champion of your caliber significantly.
For this particular fight, I just don't think Stevenson can stand off and outbox Lopez, because Lopez can do everything Stevenson can do. You know, he can box, he can move. Lopez is the bigger puncher of the two, and I believe he's mixed in a much higher class. Like, I keep reverting back to the Lopez v Lomachenko fight, because Lomachenko was synthetically the best fighter on the planet at that point. You know, beautiful boxer, had all the moves, But you know what Lopez did with him in that fight, he smothered him. He did every time.
But am I right that you said that when you went up weight classes, it changed you as a fighter?
Yeah, because you.
So what is likely to be changing Shakur Stevenson when he goes into this weight class, being confronted with Teofimo Lopez?
Well, he's moving up in weight, right? So he's going to feel physically stronger.
Right.
The problem is when you fight bigger guys that are physically stronger, you hit with the best shot and they blink and they come back and they kind of take your soul because they step forward instead of stepping back.
However, while Shakur Stevenson builds his self-assurance, analysts are delivering sobering reality checks. Teofimo Lopez emerges as the fighter possessing the winning strategy and decisive advantage. Duke McKenzie forecasts Lopez will dominate the fight by establishing tactical snares, compelling Stevenson into disadvantageous scenarios. The division jump may provide Shakur additional space for combination punching, but McKenzie doubts it will suffice. Lopez's devastating power and accuracy will ultimately dominate him completely.
And I'm not saying, I don't think for 1 minute Shakur Stevenson's going to bottle it. He's not a bottle job at all. But, you know, that's going to be a shock to him. He'll catch Lopez with his best shot and it won't dent him, as if he can catch him, because Lopez can do, he's got all the moves, hasn't he? You know,
he does blow a little hot and cold, though. You talk about, you referred to that Lomachenko fight and you go, yeah, that was an incredible performance.
Yeah, and don't forget the Josh Taylor.
After that, when he goes and gets beat, and you just go to him, well,
is he going to be slower?
He blows a little hot and cold, doesn't he?
Yeah. Is he going to be slower?
I don't think he'll be slower because, like he's already said, he's moving up in weight. He'll be physically stronger, so he'll be able to fight at a higher work rate. But I don't really feel that higher work rate is going to work for him. Not against Lopez, because Lopez is quite cute, and Lopez is the one that will be setting the traps and chasing Stevenson. And if he's backing up constantly, you know, the judges aren't going to score for it. I don't think they're going to score for that.
Although Duke McKenzie supports Teofimo Lopez for victory, other analysts have explained why Shakur Stevenson might triumph instead. Spencer Oliver and Johnny Nelson endorse Stevenson, pointing to his commanding victory over William Zapata. Nelson argues the weight increase won't create problems, referencing how Terence Crawford moved up divisions and still defeated elite opposition. Beyond the competitors themselves, this fight tests both camps and mentors, with Crawford's reputation equally at stake.
Who wins the fight?
Lopez for me.
I'm going Stevenson.
Yeah, I think Stevenson. I think there's more rhythm about his work, and I think that he's a little bit more consistent. He can bite down his gum shield. He's shown us that, you know, in the past in certain fights, Peter and whatnot, that he, you know, and he has that boxing brilliance. And I just think that, for me, Lopez fights in bursts, and I think that might be his downfall. I think it's a close fight, but I think Shakur may just nick it.
You look at Terence Crawford when he boxed Canelo. Terence Crawford's coming up in weight, so he had to put the weight on.
Yep.
But he had to adapt his style to beat someone that was going to stand in front of him and try and put it on him. So he negated, he moved, he slicked, he pulled. Now and again stood there toe-to-toe and gave it back. So I think this is what Shakur Stevenson's capable of doing. So even though you say he fights in the pocket, he's put weight on so he can hold the weight a lot better and fight a lot better, more at a higher pace.
With emotions peaked and reputations hanging in the balance, Crawford declares that Shakur Stevenson is hunting for destruction, while Teofimo Lopez faces imminent exposure. Amplifying the concern, Tim Bradley emphasizes that Stevenson approaches this contest better equipped. He contends that Lopez operates without a coherent, systematic strategy, questioning his readiness to withstand the precision and intensity Stevenson will unleash.
I think that Bud's influence on Shakur changed his outlook and just changed his entire life. You know, I really do. His influence, you know, iron sharpens iron, man. So like if you hang around killers, man, you're gonna become a killer, you know, eventually, right? If you hanging around bullies, you're gonna become a bully. It's a part of it. It's a part of life. It's just how we are as human beings. So like being around greatness, seeing that and seeing how you train, that's only gonna enhance you as a fighter. And then sparring him on a day-to-day basis, picking up his IQ, come on, man. It's only gonna make him better, right? So I personally think that Bud is a tougher sparring session, a tougher fight than the Teofimo Lopez.
Bradley emphasizes that Shakur Stevenson's training sessions with Crawford provide him a substantial advantage in both ability and ring awareness, enabling him to exploit Teofimo Lopez's vulnerabilities during crucial exchanges. He observes that when Lopez encounters adversity, frustration typically follows, creating an opening Stevenson can capitalize upon. According to Bradley, this blend of preparation and mental acuity represents the deciding factor between success and failure for Lopez.
And I mean that respectfully, you know what I mean? I just think that, like, going rounds with Bud, you know, and everything he can do inside the ring, in my opinion, is better than whatever Tio can bring inside the ring, you know? So I feel like he gonna be more than ready for Teofimo Lopez, meaning Shakur, than the other way around. So who is Teofimo Lopez sparring? You know, what type of sparring is he getting, you know, for Shakur Stevenson, I wonder. You know, is it top notch like a Crawford? You know, I don't know. I don't think so. You know, so just saying, you know, preparation is important. Having a plan is important. I've seen Teofimo Lopez get in the ring, man, and when things are not going his way, things become really difficult for him, man.
Tim Bradley forecasts that defeat against Shakur Stevenson might compel Teofimo Lopez to fundamentally reconsider his professional direction, citing cases like Oscar Valdez, who required strategic adjustments after losing to Stevenson. Bradley expects Lopez will crumble under overwhelming pressure. He foresees a contest where Lopez not only endures convincing and comprehensive defeat, but confronts brutal truth about his limitations. In Bradley's assessment, Stevenson's superior technique, mental strength, and thorough preparation make the result nearly certain, providing him commanding control throughout the entire encounter.
History, I just see, like, if Shakur starts to frustrate him and he can't hit Shakur, you know, how is he going to react to that? Is he going to be able to stay resolute? Is he going to stay mentally strong? Is he going to be able to figure out a plan on how to cut off the ring or do whatever's necessary to catch up with Shakur and land some offense? So that's always been the problem. Like, you got to understand that when guys face Shakur Stevenson, man, they literally have to, like, they get beat. They like most guys that I listen to after they got beat by Shakur, Valdez, like, they literally, like, reassess their freaking careers. And just the way they even perceive boxing is different.
Amid the countless predictions, Shannon Briggs provides an unexpected viewpoint. He delivers his honest evaluation of the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson clash, examining what each competitor must accomplish to claim victory. Briggs labels the stylistic matchup extremely balanced, adding that a draw wouldn't surprise him whatsoever. His breakdown emphasizes both men's assets and obstacles, establishing this as one of the year's most difficult fights to predict.
It's going to be a real technical fight. I think both of them, not tremendous punches. So I'm looking at a 6-6, 6 rounds each, you know what I'm saying, or a close decision. It's a pick 'em. They both got skills.
What are the rounds that Teofimo wins? What do those rounds look like? Like with his style against Shakur, how does he win the rounds against Shakur?
Staying busy and Shakur, keeping Shakur defensive. If Shakur shows up and he don't let his hands go, then Tio get an advantage. But if Shakur start fast and they both go round for round, that's why I'm saying it's a 6-6, because I think they're gonna go round for round.
And you
What a
think,
great fight.
so for Shakur, he needs to kind of pick his spots, box. Is that kind of how you see Shakur winning rounds?
I think Shakur got to be busy, and the busiest man gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be like a back and forth. Counter man, he gonna counter. So who could keep countering? And
While global opinion favors Shakur Stevenson, Stacey McKinley, allegedly supporting Teofimo Lopez's corner, has identified weaknesses in Stevenson's defensive approach. He contends his shoulder roll method, developed mainly for orthodox fighters, contains vulnerabilities that Lopez can capitalize upon. McKinley anticipates Teofimo will create tactical puzzles that might surprise Stevenson, regardless of his success against orthodox opponents, drawing parallels to the legendary Roy Jones Jr. versus James Toney encounter.
Basically, it was invented for right-handed fighters. It wasn't invented for left-handed fighters. If you notice, most kids did the shoulder roll are right-handers. But now you got Shakur, that's a left-hander, who's doing the shoulder roll. What he doesn't realize is when you left-hand and shoulder roll, you actually roll it right into the punches from a right-hander. They don't understand that. But with that being said, he done mastered it from a southpaw standpoint, and he's a very good fighter. And you know, I was talking with Roy Jones a couple of days ago, and I was laying in my bed and I was saying, okay, now what fight can I compare making a comparison to with my belief on this shoulder roll thing. And it came up to Roy Jones and James Toney.
Although the boxing world has celebrated Shakur Stevenson's preparation and Terence Crawford's support, Stacey McKinley has dismantled this storyline completely. Where Tim Bradley views Crawford's guidance and sparring as decisive benefits, McKinley expects this will prove meaningless during actual combat. He cautions that Teofimo Lopez stands ready to expose Stevenson's weaknesses, providing him minimal opportunity for adjustment, emphasizing that neither Floyd Mayweather's instruction nor Crawford's wisdom can shield Shakur once the real fighting begins.
They're talking about, well, Floyd Mayweather is showing him this, and Floyd Mayweather is showing him how to do this, and Crawford is showing him this, and Crawford is showing him that. Hey, brother, when that bell rings, it's gonna be two people in that ring. So what Crawford and all of them talking about ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna. It's not gonna mean anything. And everybody talking about Crawford with look how Crawford outboxed Canelo and all that. But Canelo threw about 3 jabs in 12 rounds. Hell, how you gonna win a fight like that? That's impossible.
Not against
a guy like that. I can beat a guy like that. He ain't gonna throw no punches. You know. So the bottom line is, what's gonna happen when you get hit in the mouth?
The battlefield awaits. Emotions run deep, and careers hang in the balance. Shakur Stevenson delivers technical mastery, surgical precision, and Crawford's strategic wisdom, while Teofimo Lopez possesses knockout power, chaotic unpredictability, and a proven championship formula. Which warrior will reign supreme? Only the final bell will provide answers. Share your forecast below, hit that like button hard, and subscribe immediately so you catch every second of this career-defining war.